There comes a time when a man must stand up and fight for what he believes in. So when I get called out on Twitter, well, Poor Man Print does a little digging. And thanks to this gentleman right here, Caro, I don't know exactly how he's pronouncing it, but I have some very good information. So, hey, thumbs up, big dog. I really appreciate it. I have something to show you guys. It's an article about a certain corrupt whale that is floating all over the internet. And I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is factual or if it's fake. I'm just reading you guys a article. You can take it as is. So let's get right into this.
Hey guys, welcome back to Poor Man Printing. I am Mrs. Poor Man Printing, here to relieve you of Steven's reading. Gotta love him.
What the hell? That ain't funny. Okay guys, so here is the article that was linked to me. Now, like I said, you know, this is my own opinion. Once you listen to it or read it, I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. You make your own decision, but this is very interesting. So let's get into it.
The mystery of Ben Gudenzi and Earth 2. The following is actual conversation that happened between Ben Gudenzi and various people, including myself, on Earth2.io official Discord. Any actual quote from Ben Gudenzi will be in italics. I kept silent on it for this long out of respect for the potential deal that was being made, as I thought it was ultimately beneficial to the Earth 2 platform. Now that this is not happening, I felt it was right for the Earth 2 community to know what had allegedly been going on behind closed doors the past few months. I first met Ben Gudenzi on April 7th, 2021 on the Earth2.io official Discord. I didn't know he was Ben Gudenzi at the time. I knew him instead as BST Outlaw, and he was using a evolution.finance logo as his profile picture. He had just made a grand entrance onto Earth 2 on April 6th, buying Stonehenge for 10K, the Leaning Tower of Pisa for 5K, and most notably the center of Machu Picchu for 20K from Willie Malik. At the time, my interest was as a journalist covering breaking news for E2.news as their content director. He soon changed his Discord and Earth2 profile name to The Real Joker, quote, TRJ, changed his profile picture, and he's been known by that name ever since. More on why I include that backstory in a bit. At first, TRJ was a bit elusive, saying things like, I'll reach out when I can give more details. I continued to push for answers to questions, and eventually he relented to a small interview that I published titled Confessions of a Madman, aka The Real Joker. More cryptic answers came from TRJ, including statements.
I see that picture there is kind of, a little disturbing, I would say. But, like I said, this is all my opinion.
It's like, the strategy is to change the game, to change the world, and I can disrupt the global financial system and give power back to the people. E2 looks like a perfect fit. He closed the interview by stating, all will be revealed in time. Not so much what I would like to see, but what I would like to build for E2. A new world is being created, and I need to find my place within it. What wasn't published was something TRJ told me when I asked him why he changed his name from BST Outlaw to The Real Joker. I used BST as a name that wouldn't have meaning, although I've had some affiliation with BST, so that's why it came to mind. Outlaw is another name I've used in old forums, but then, with all the attention, which wasn't intended, I realized I shouldn't have any affiliation. There was one other tidbit I did not include in the interview. TRJ told me, I have spoken to the team in depth this week on various aspects, and I want to bring the value to the project and everyone using it. That's the current status. The team he was referring to was the Earth 2 team. TRJ and I continued our dialogue on a friendly basis after that. In the meantime, he continued to talk privately to people with his stated intention. I wrote an article digging a little deeper into the things that had been publicly revealed at the time. An article titled, Do I Really Look Like a Guy with a Plan? On April 13th, he stated, Re-essence, don't count on anything you have heard or think you know. I have a plan to change it all. On April 16th, after Shane posted in Discord that Essence and EPL would be delayed because something very big had come up, TRJ explained his thoughts on the delay. I 100% agree this release needs to be delayed. I've been pushing for it. In fact, I considered it almost essential, and the result will absolutely benefit everyone. One day later, Shane Isaac tweeted this. Hidden in the capital letters of that tweet was,
Shane, we opt to delay Essence NCE Due to massive opportunity, you may be disappointed now, but I guarantee that all Earth 2 landowners will celebrate this day in the long run. Had we launched Essence, it would have been near impossible to capitalize on this opportunity. Let's continue.
The word GoChain, and when someone mentioned that the TRJ, he said, "Next hint, I've worked with GoChain team for 3 years." He made it clear he was not the founder, CTO of GoChain a bit later, and that he had recently incubated an NFT project built on GoChain, but ultimately again made the broad claim, "I've come to change Essence," hence the delays. He also claimed the contracts between his business and E2 are just being reviewed now. A specific question was asked to TRJ about this, asking why blockchain integration has not been on the roadmap since Earth 2's inception. TRJ responded, "It's been an option for a long time and discussed and researched in depth. What they hadn't realized was the value of integrating Essence into that effectively. Showing them highly detailed blueprint designs that have been worked on for years that could integrate very effectively showed the value of holding off on the Essence release. These designs are our IP and not readily available or known by many, and this was the right project for them. GoChain discussions have been ongoing for months, and yes, we pushed the last-minute change to benefit everyone. It was at this time that on Earth 2, a friend of mine and I collaborated to try to figure out who TRJ was. We had the evolution.finance logo to work with, the BST Outlaw username, the obvious GoChain connection, the fact that he worked on an NFT project recently. First stop was evolution.finance, where we found that one of the partners of the project was a company called Blockchain Strategy Team."
It sounds like they're putting 2 and 2 together, but hey, it is what it is.
Short for BST. We did a Google search on Ben Gudenzi. The first search result was his LinkedIn profile. Looking at Gudenzi's LinkedIn, 2 things stood out. 1, he was the lead pre- and post-ICO strategist for GoChain, and 2, he was the token NFT strategy advisor for Ecomi. It felt like we had our man. It was confirmed when we looked at the second Google search result. It was a Twitter account for Ben Gudenzi. The real joker was Ben Gudenzi. We decided to test him. I sent him a simple message. "Hey, Ben." He responded shortly after with a simple, "Hello." Hello. I explained to him how I figured out his identity. Let's keep this low key for now until it becomes 100% official and Shane approves more info going out. The bigger picture should be a little clearer now. When doing the research on Gudenzi, we came across some troubling history. I asked him about it. Doing my research, I of course ran across some things that would worry some people. I don't know the validity of them, but I do worry that this is some type of pump and dump. The author states, "I decided to write this post after witnessing way too much manipulation from influencers and crypto celebrities. They are not here for the technology, and they are damaging the space more than doing any good. A clear example is the big manipulation that happened months ago regarding the STK ICO."
And we know about that, don't we, guys? Yes, we do.
Ben Gudenzi, one of the advisors and a head of a syndicate, convinced the team to make changes to the tokenomics and the ICO structure so that, by his own admission, they could own 30 to 50% of the whole circulating supply with the intent of controlling the market, inflating the price, and then dumping it. This was part of his message to the community. Number 1, I've signed with the team and made a lot of changes already. Number 2, I've reduced the hard cap from 90 million to 17 million.
Damn.
Number 3, change team vesting from 4 months to 24 months. Number 4, getting a beta version for all of us to use. Number 5, we'll have the best possible private sale terms. Number 6, and a few other tricks. Winky face. You can see that all these changes, reduced market cap, extended time frame for the team, tokens, best possible private deal, and a few other tricks, are made with the sole purpose to financially benefit from the ICO and then dump it. You all can see how this is wrong, deceitful, and of course illegal. A few other influencers were involved in this particular event, including YouTube and Twitter personalities. I really hope that things will change soon, since this kind of stuff can hinder the growth and the adoption of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology.
That's what I'm saying. So don't think there's not manipulation going on with Twitter and all the FUD and everything going around. Just like last week with the token unlocks, the founders token unlocks. Come on, we seen what happened last time, right? But hey, I'm just saying it. Look, just like it did. Somebody is trying to manipulate the market, and I don't believe it worked for them, because a lot of people held. And when that usually happens, the whales who made the market dip, they had to buy back in at a higher price. So, well, bam, one for the Omi, baby, one for the Omi. Hold diamond hands. Let's go.
An interesting quote from that last article, especially in light of recent events. Ben Gudenzi has also been organizer of targeted hate campaigns against competitor projects or projects that he attempts to pitch services to once they are in distress. He organized a targeted FUD campaign against RSK while trying to pitch them services through private communication. Those individuals close to Ben were to be remunerated if RIF Labs were to take on services for community management.
And I've heard the same thing. Little group that goes around and starts a lot of FUD and tries to benefit from the FUD. But hey, that's my own opinion, right? I'm just bringing y'all information that I got sent to me to y'all. You make your own decisions up. So
advisory, shilling, marketing, and market making. Ben refuted the validity of the articles that had been posted and stated he'd never been involved in a pump and dump. I asked him about a substantial lawsuit that had recently been settled with the Ecomi founder. Again, he provided a good answer. Ben was very good at providing a quick explanation.
And he, you know, my opinion, of course, I think he is. He's a good talker. He was part of Ecomi in the beginning. They parted ways. That's all I'm gonna say about that. They parted ways. He's no longer in Ecomi, so don't worry about that. But yeah, some people are very good at manipulating people.
Gudenzi a bit later gave me a list of his projects. AION 100X.
My wife was mad at me right there because I said, hey, you got to read that. She's like, I ain't reading all that. And she got pretty shitting, but she's still reading it. you listen to her voice. She's mad as hell.
Then gradually went lower in bear market. Icon 120X, then gradually lower in bear market. One chain 30X, same. Go chain 6X. Ecomi 330X, currently about 180X. FinX Flow currently about 25X. Crypto Curve went to 0. Team wouldn't follow advice and I left before launch. And one more where I stay low key. Sorry, also Stack STK did pre-ICO advising for a short period. I went 10X, sat at 6X for a few months after my roll and ended up almost 0 as a long time later. Have never dumped or sold advisor tokens. My wallets can prove that. I also still hold all my advisor Go chain and purchased a lot more than that. I asked him a question that had been bothering me since I found out who he was and his apparent involvement with Earth 2. So why not just stay quiet and do what you were going on Earth 2 under the radar? Why the attention and notoriety? What is the purpose of that? Ben's response: to bring value and stimulation to the game. When I introduce new investors, I want them to see some action and join the fun. I actually had no idea I would cause such a stir though. Maybe I just didn't think about it too much, as I'm used to being in an environment with big purchases and that go unnoticed. I plan to bring a lot of serious players to the game, so it was also appropriate that I was right in there first. I always back my own advice. This was the source that I often referenced when I said I knew it was GoChain. We would continue our dialogue once or twice a week, and I would ask how contract talks were going, and he would always respond with something along the lines of, going well, I would expect something soon. On May 3rd, in another discussion, he told a group of people he made clear this was just a personal tip, not something linked to E2, but also added, maybe I'll change that in the future. As the founder of Evolution Finance, I can probably help you out. Personally, I would stay focused on EVN for now over EVNY, especially in the bull market. I'm still buying EVN almost daily, and large buyback and burns will start soon. 100% circulating supply and no sale. Even the partners that self-funded the project market buy their tokens. This creates a mathematically guaranteed rising price floor. He added right after this that he had just finished a call with Shane 3 months ago and that they were working through details of an official engagement. He seemed to be pushing EVN on several instances after this initial introduction. On that same day, I had told Gudenzi about an Earth 2 YouTuber releasing a video revealing his identity. I would link that video here, but it's now private and not viewable.
I wonder why. I wonder why that video is gone. Speculation, of course, but I'm just wondering why, you know? You call out poor man, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring you what I have. Y'all make your own decision.
Ben asked, What's the benefit of doing an identity reveal on the Joker? I know a good few people have worked it out, but the mystery has a more positive impact for the entire game. A reveal takes away from the value created for everyone. On May 9th, you could see things were starting to fall apart on Ben's end. How are things going with the contracts, I asked. Slowly. LOL. Not my end. On May 17th, had another call today. Seems they haven't made any progress. I think they are shopping around for the cheapest, not the best. Just don't seem to make decisions. On May 21st, it all seems very vague, and there is a Wall Street guy who now seems to be a blockchain advisor. At this stage, I'm not holding my breath on the agreed contracts going through, as everything, even the simple steps, seem to take far too long for my liking. You can only lead a horse to water, not make it drink. The team has been very heavy building E2 blueprints for Essence and much more for the last 2 months. When asked about the blockchain advisor he mentioned, Ben said, I think he has been there a while. From our first intro, he was brand new to blockchain, but now I think he is in a part-time COO role and the blockchain expert. I'm not an advisor until contracts were signed. That being said, we were working as if it was already done due to the relationship at the time. On June 7th, his final message to me. Haven't checked in for quite some time, staying focused on the projects that are all aligned with taking action and executing on well-planned strategy. On the same day, he stated to a group, issue was that the contracts were agreed to and a lot of very detailed strategic advice was given during that time and then not signed. In my opinion, they took the strategies from the posts I've seen now and then looking to implement the models without credit to where they came from. Quite common in the world of business, yet I was willing to take that chance and trust them not to bail. Such is life sometimes, but also a shame when it had so much potential if done right. Although I was sure not to include the secret sauce to really make this blow up, but the high-level concepts they were given should still do well. This was the last time Ben Gudenzi spoke to anyone on Discord. There are still so many unanswered questions, though. What was the true motivation of Gudenzi's rocket-like emergence onto the Earth 2 scene? What are Ben's future plans with Earth 2 properties, especially given his involvement in Cryptopolis and many megacity financial centers? Who is Harley Quinn? Is it a Gudenzi alt account or someone closely tied to the whole situation? What happened with the Earth 2 deal? Was there actually ever a deal being negotiated, or was it all a talk? Did Ben Gudenzi have any role in the recent FUD campaign against Earth 2? If Earth 2 didn't go with GoChain, who are they planning on going with? It's obvious from recent announcements that integration is happening soon. For a platform that is less than a year old, so much has already happened. Will Shane Isaac and the Earth2.io team, including this mysterious COO, make the right decisions moving forward? We already know the problem they have with communications and poor personal Tanner decisions and their inability to present anything of substance since the terrain video a few months back has many questions whether they can pull off the grand vision they have publicly laid out. If they did meet and have discussions with Gudenzi, perhaps their willingness to cut ties with someone who appeared to have self-serving interests is a sign that they are doing their due diligence in some avenues. Let's hope it's a sign of things to come.
Boom. There you go. There you go, guys. Like, I'm glad that I got sent this because you got to make your own decisions. I'm going to tell you right now, if I was about to jump in a project and I seen this much heat on someone and he was in the tokenomics, it's my opinion again, I would definitely not get in it. Definitely not. No damn way. Did Ecomi, Vivi make the right decision by getting rid of this guy? I think 100% they did. And, you know, I have my own opinion, so you can sit there and talk shit on Twitter all you want, but I don't care. I know the market is being manipulated, and that's just the way I feel. How many tokens do I think he owns? I was wrong in my video, but I'm going to guess around 800 to a billion tokens. That's what I'm going to guess. It doesn't matter. When we start getting on bigger exchanges, he will be kicked out. Just like, you know, those other whales who kind of got locked out of their price range when they tried to dump and then tried to spread so much FUD. Everybody, the first time a lot of people sold, but the second time, held strong. Everybody held strong, brother. And that's what I'm talking about. And they are pissed. They are pissed because they had to buy back in at a higher price. Listen, guys, my own opinion. You want to make money and owe me? Buy it up. Buy it up and just hold. Don't even look at it. Don't even look at the market. Just let it go. Because all you're going to see is whales dumping and you get scared and you're just going to want to sell out. You got to keep them diamond hands on you. I'm telling you. So this is the best way that I know how to trade OMI is hold. Regardless, hold for a year, hold for 2 years, hold for 5, 10. It doesn't matter. Is hold. And, take profits as needed. But OMI, VV, definitely VV. VV is just going to blow up. Like, we don't know nothing yet. And I'm telling you right now, VV is going to be super major big. But that's my own opinion. You ain't got to believe me. I don't care. But yeah, I wanted to bring this to you. So, the Ben Gudenzi bullcrap can just, I'm tired of listening to it. So yeah, do I believe a lot of this in this article? I believe a lot of it. But that's my own opinion. I'm not slandering anybody. I'm just saying that's my own opinion. So yeah, poor man printing is out.